Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another Halloween-themed episode of What the Hell Am I Playing? And I'm playing Jaws for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Jaws is a action game developed by Atlus and Westone Entertainment. I think it's Westone Bit Entertainment, and published by our friends at LJN, whose games we've already taken a look at. Jaws is not good. Get ready! So, in the game of Jaws, we are sailing around trying to hunt down the shark. So here's our overmap, and there's our boat. Like some games, if you just jump into them, especially on the Nintendo, if you just jump into them, you're probably going to be real confused as to what you're doing. Like, we were a boat, now we're a diver, and we're shooting stingrays. Or maybe they're devil rays. And jellyfish. So, it may be a little hard to explain, but I'll do my best. We're going to sail around trying to find Jaws and kill it. The thing, though, is we're not at a point where we're well enough equipped to deal with Jaws. So as we're sailing around, we're going to have random encounters with, like, jellyfish, stingrays, I think other sharks, I think mako sharks? I'm not entirely sure. And every once in a while, Jaws himself. And what we want to do is, as we take out the jellyfish, the devil rays, I'm just going to call them devil rays because that sounds a little more intimidating, and the mako sharks, we're going to collect different items. Like you see, there are some conch shells here and some starfish. The starfish just give you extra points. It's those shells that we really want. Those shells are, well, believe it or not, those are the game's currency. And as you collect them, you can go back and forth between two ports and power up your equipment. And there's one of the sharks. That wasn't Jaws, that was one of the mako sharks. And what do you know, we unlocked a bonus scene. The bonus scene is us going to be flying back and forth in this plane, dropping bombs on jellyfish. And the more of these jellyfish we can hit, the better score we're going to get. Now the jellyfish follow the same pattern, I think 3 or 4 times, except from opposite sides of the screen. And then have 2 final patterns that are different. This is actually a good way to build up shells, but I honestly don't really care for this minigame. It actually feels like a distraction sometimes. But like I said, it is a good way to build up shells, because depending on the number of jellyfish we hit, so we hit 17, we got 5 shells. We get a third of the number of hits we make. And there's Jaws. Now, I should probably mention this, I'm using a Turbo Fire controller, which makes it a little easier when I'm dealing with the bigger enemies. Now, we're just not strong enough to deal with Jaws yet, even with a turbo controller. Because as we deal damage to him, he'll heal it over time. I think it's like each time he appears, he restores 4 blocks of health. And we've done, I think, maybe 1. Thankfully, he's not too hard to avoid, but our diver here can only take a single hit. Doesn't matter what it is, a devil ray, a jellyfish, any of the sharks, or even Jaws. But supposedly, well, I shouldn't say supposedly, I've seen it. You can find a submarine that you can go into instead of diving. Submarine is more powerful and can fire in different directions. It also allows the diver to take 1 extra hit. Alright, so we've knocked out... Actually, we're not doing too bad. We've knocked out about 3 bars of health. Oh, well, fight's over. And see, Jaws' health has been completely restored. But now we have the tracker. We can track where Jaws is. What we really want to do at this point is sail back and forth between the 2 ports, powering up. Now, powering up is going to cost more and more shells each visit we make. So, like, that one costs us 3. I think the next one is going to be 5 until we can get to level 9, which costs us something like 30 shells. Now, I did mention the submarine. I've only one time seen it over here. There's Jaws. I'm not even interested in fighting him right now. Although sometimes Jaws will appear if you hit something at random. If Jaws' fin is on screen and you hit something random, he will eventually show up. Okay. Now, for the most part, we've just been in deep water. But there are more shallow stages. I think the shallow stages are the most dangerous, because you have less room to maneuver. Oh, there it is. Come on, come on, get it, get it, get it, get it. Ha-ha! I've never got the submarine before. We're actually even smaller, and we fire faster. I don't know if we're any stronger, though. If I get hit, though, we're going to lose a submarine. Pretty quick, too. Go away, you. Although the Mako sharks aren't that bad, because they almost always drop a shell. Alright, jellies. Oh, something I didn't tell you is, if we push forward on the control stick, or if we hold back, we can speed up or slow down the plane. No, wrong way. Oh, we got most of them. I very rarely, if ever, hit all 5 jellyfish. That was pretty good, though. So, let's go back to this other port. Well, I wanted to go back to the other port. Oh, that's right, we can also shoot depth charges. Forgot about that. We got torpedoes and we got depth charges. Ooh, careful now. See, now the jellies are starting to move a little more erratically. Instead of just going up and down, they're also going to the left and right. Come here, you. I didn't want to hit anything. No! Dang it! Alright, if we get hit again, we're going to die. There are some pretty big drawbacks to dying. You lose about half your shells, your power level goes down 1, you lose your tracker, and Jaws' health gets restored. Now, right now the health isn't a big deal, because Jaws is at full health. Alright, so 5 shells, and our power is now 3. Man, I hope we run to the sub again. I don't know if the sub spawns in any other spots, but if it does, we'll try to grab it. Alright, that was 7 shells, and we're now power 4. So at this point, we should be tough enough to take on Jaws. But more importantly, I don't want to die. Although, honestly, the game is pretty fair, or at least it feels that way to me, about the enemies spawning. So the jellyfish usually don't spawn right underneath you. Oh, I didn't get anybody. Alright. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can beat this tonight. We may not get it on this one life, but I think we can do it. So there you go, we got 4 shells for that. So I'm going to sail towards the other port, but I'm really hoping we'll run into Jaws. The highest our power can go up to is 9. I think I mentioned that earlier. If you do get it up to 9, you can still go back and forth. Uh-oh, we hit Jaws. Alright, Jaws just destroyed our ship. Oh, careful now. You see, we've already knocked out 2 of his bars. Although fighting him in shallows like this, not a great idea. Take that, subspace. Whew, close. The auto fire makes all the difference. Go away, little shark. You gotta deal with the big shark. Now, okay. Oh, we hit Jaws. Okay, at this point we can probably knock him down to 0 health, but that doesn't actually kill him. We gotta go to a special boss fight with him once we reduce his health to 0. Enemies are getting really aggressive. Ooh, careful, 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 careful. Alright, got him. Okay. Now this, we kind of gotta time our attack so that he'll breach just in front of our boat. So if I hit B, I think we got 3 of these strobes. See how he breaches like that? We got 3 chances to make him breach. We want him to breach at that first line in front of us, and then jab him once his stomach is facing us. Yeah, we only got 1 strobe left. Okay, there we go. Come on. Stay right in front of us. Ah, nuts! Alright, well, his power has been restored. And we gotta do that all over again. No! Alright, well, we've lost one life. We lost about half our shells and our power has gone down one level. This unfortunately means we also have to go and get the receiver again. Oh, you see that little crab there? That's a bonus. That's a power-up that makes us swim a little faster. Come on. Whoa, that was close. Okay. The boss fight isn't really hard, it's just the timing is rough. If you saw there were lines in the water, we want to get Jaws to breach at the line closest to us. But we also need to time it so that we jab him with the stern of our boat right in the stomach. Can't be in his back or anything like that. And right now we only have 3 chances. We have 3 strobes that will make him breach. But if we get our power to over 9, we can start purchasing more strobes instead of more power-ups. Now let me tell you, I never beat this game as a kid. In fact, I never beat this at all until a few days ago when I was playing this to get ready for our streams here. So we're going to see if we can pull this off again. God bless you, Autofire. I don't care what Revolver Ocelot says, you are wonderful. Alright. Okay, so he's more or less lined up with us. We want to try to keep it that way. And... gotcha! And there you go. That's the ending cutscene to Jaws for the NES. We beat the game! Yay! How long did that take us? Just under 20 minutes, so that wasn't too bad. Even though I did play this game as a kid, I never got anywhere near this far. I really had no clue what I was doing when I was playing this as a kid, because when you were a kid back in, say, the early 90s and you went to a video store to rent a game, you got the cartridge, but it was kind of a crapshoot if you would ever get an instruction manual. And at this point, the internet was more or less non-existent. I mean, it did technically exist, but most people didn't have access to it. So we couldn't look up what to do. But now that I've actually been able to beat the game, I've been able to read about how I'm supposed to play it, I have a much better understanding of it. But I still don't think this is a particularly great game. But kind of for the novelty, it was fun. And I hope you enjoyed watching it. So I'll see you all in the next game. Take care.